Aloha, dear simians. I am as smart as a fox, you know. Welcome to the gatekeeper elitist heshcast. How about that?
You mean
And,
gate
Sounds
creeper?
right.
Yeah. And we're the kings of metal, also known as Man of War, I suppose. Which one of you guys wants to be Carl Logan in this scenario here?
Nose
Ooh,
goes.
not me.
Nobody wants to be Carl Logan, huh? Damn. We used to know a girl in high school who had the exact same haircut as him. We used to just call her
Oh.
Carl Logan.
That's tragic.
Yeah. Well, there was another girl that we knew, and she had the same hairdo as the blonde version of Barney Greenway, Napalm Death. If you've seen some of those old pictures, where he's got like the bleach blonde hair.
Dang,
I
Freddy, you
remember this.
buzzing.
Yeah, so we
Really?
just called her Barney.
I don't hear anything.
You good now?
Yeah, but speaking of Carl Logan and dumb jokes like that, we actually saw we went to another freaking stand-up comedy show the other day, and all these stand-up comedians are all doing like pedo jokes, and it seems like that's the only thing stand-up comedians can do anymore, or that they are willing to do, and I don't find it very funny.
Yeah, it's like
Is that a
that's
California thing? Because I cannot say I've
don't
heard
know.
that.
that's like the edgiest thing that someone could do, and it's like, all right,
There was
yeah,
a
we heard about
Canadian
it.
there. He said something kind of edgy. There was a guy from Canada, but he was very awkward, wasn't he, with his jokes?
I mean, we all are.
But I it's hard for me to tell if he was just like that or if that was part of his shtick.
Should gone up to him after. Test the waters.
I can't even remember some of the dumb shit he was saying. But he said something about going to the pet store and like the reptile eggs, Jews come out of the eggs or something. They're reptiles, something like that.
What the hell?
Then he said something about like Jews burning like wood. I feel like the one with the eggs works, the wood doesn't work. Jews
I
reptiles.
take it back. We're not all that awkward. What the fuck?
Yeah, then they had this other guy. His whole thing was like, I feel like this is a very millennial type of humor where he's dressed in all leather, like a one of those like like the Village People, one of them like Judas Priest looking leather gay guys. Basically, he's got the mustache, and the whole show is him talking about his disgusting sexual exploits with animals and children and all this kinds of things. And it was very hard. You almost want to laugh because he's putting on this whole facade, but at the same time, it's like so hard to even crack a smile. It's like,
Yeah,
this isn't funny.
Him and the first guy were just like had to get through it. It was those guys are terrible.
Was there anyone good?
The last guy was good for the first half, I think.
Yeah, he went on too long.
Yeah, he should have, quit while you're ahead. He was doing so awesome. Everyone was laughing their heads off. It was like some old boomer guy. I forget what his name was. Paul knows his name.
Brian Holtzman. Yeah, he went on for 70 minutes. He could have cut it down to 50, honestly.
He would have been fine if he cut it down the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But he just didn't know when to stop.
It was like, I had never heard of this guy before, but his thing was like, old man. He was like an old boomer guy, probably in his 60s, and he's like shaking.
Okay, boomer.
Like and he's like, and he's like, you gave me flashbacks back to like what 2020. I don't even know when that was a thing.
Whatever you say, boomer.
Okay, boomer. Yeah, the Bernie girl. I remember. See, it's all coming back to me now, just like boomerang. Oh yeah. So, anyways, this old guy, his thing is like he's shaking, so his hands are shaking, and he like forgets his lines, and I think he does forget his shit, but that's also part of the act. And I don't exactly remember any of the specifics that he said, but he was very funny. I think the fact that he just kept forgetting things, and then like the jokes sort of went to a place where you didn't expect them to go, in the sense like he was talking about like porn and fucking machines or something, and he goes, the girl was fucked to death, something like that. Like the punchline was like retarded. It was fucking stupid, but it worked so well. But yeah, that guy just went way too long, in the last 20 minutes of his set were pedophile jokes, and Yeah, a bunch of people were just getting up and leaving, and I did the same. I went out to have a smoke because I'd had enough. I didn't want to sit there anymore.
Yeah, we were in
Plus,
the
last-
cramped booth.
Must be something in the water in California.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then I guess the third guy up, I think he was only Canadian. The rest, I think, were from the U.S. And he's like, oh, they're like trying to like boast him up. They're like, oh, this guy was banned from network TV, and then he comes out, he's like, it was just a Canadian network. Like, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, the weird biker leather guy. They're like, he was banned in Sweden. Okay,
Yeah,
doesn't really matter. He's not funny.
yeah, he's just.
Maybe that's why he was banned.
I don't know. It seems
The
like
comics were coming up to us after the show and like giving out their Instagram for a follow. Like, hey, dude, you saw my show. Give me a follow, brother.
Please follow me.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. There's like two camps of comedy. It's like, oh, just be as like raunchy and obscene as you can, and just be real edgy. And it's like, okay, people just want to hear things that you wouldn't normally hear in conversation. Like there's that sort of comic, and then there's like the good kind with jokes.
And then beg for followers.
Yeah,
You can be raunchy. You can do that, but you have to find a way to just simply be fun. I say simply. It's not that simple. Stand-up comedy is not doesn't seem easy for get up there and be funny. It seems
Dude.
very hard, and I have a very hard time tolerating it sometimes.
man. And they were saying like, oh, sold out show. There's only like the 2 rows in the front that were filled up, and they wouldn't let us
comics
sit anywhere.
Yeah, the female comics I saw there, it was the aunt from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It wasn't even Sabrina. the place was packed for them. It was like a bunch of lady comics, but for these supposedly like, holy shit, it's the bad boys of comedy. Fucking nobody was there. There's like 3 sections of people. The first section was the only one that was filled. That was it.
Yeah,
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, good. Like, and it's a pretty small place, so it's like anywhere you sit's good. But we just wanted to spread out a bit, but they're like, no, we can't. I was like, what?
Paul's like, we need breathing room.
Seriously, there was like 5 guys in a booth. And then the hilarious fight almost ensued.
Oh, because
Why
Robert.
is there always a fight wherever you guys go?
No, it
It's not
wasn't.
even you guys
It wasn't
causing
even
it.
a fight.
It's
It
just-
was just me and my friend yelling at my other friend because he wouldn't turn his fucking radio down.
Yeah, he's like putting like Vader on like
Yeah,
high
but-
as fuck.
Yeah, but it's like burning my brain. And Anthony asked him like 5 times, like, dude, turn it down. He's like, fucking turn it down. And eventually I had to fucking chime in. I'm like, Robert, turn the fucking radio down. God damn it.
Was it at least
He's like-
good Vader?
It's like middle Vader.
Oh.
It's like, who cares?
Yeah,
And he gets upset. He's like, oh, vagina ears. Dude, like, the decibels are like killing my brain cells.
What does vagina ears?
Vagina ears. I don't know. Is that a bad thing? Vagina ears?
sensitive
I
ears.
guess.
Yes, it's sensitive. Like a. I'm not even gonna say the word again.
Oh,
It's not that kind of podcast. I'm not saying that.
you're so sensitive.
But
Sensitive boy.
that was funny. From the outside, I'm sure me and Vince just had a laugh.
Vince kind of kept his voice down, but he's like, yeah, it's pretty loud.
That's so loud.
I had sent you guys this punk EP from 1983, a band called The Blood, and I guess the main guy is the drummer from Warfare, the new wave British heavy metal band. I think I showed Paul that. Fred, you didn't get a chance to check that out, did you?
No, not yet.
The first song on that, it's called Megalomania. Dude, it is so fucking sick. It is like the ultimate punk song. It's metal punk. Got the rec from the metalhead gamer guy on Instagram, and that sort of got me digging a little bit deeper, and I ended up finding that the main guy from Tank, that Algie Ward dude, was in The Damned. Anybody know that?
Mm-mm.
No, I
He
don't
was
think so.
he was on like the 1978 album, that love song album or whatever. It's pretty dope, dude. It's fucking sick.
Yeah,
So
no.
is that the name of it? Love song. Let's look up The Damned love song for everyone listening.
Is that the same cover that looks like the guy from Fast Times?
Yeah, he kind of looks like Hamilton from Fast Times.
Yeah, I
I was
thought
talking to
that.
Vince about that the other day. He couldn't believe that he loved the comparison that I made back when I did. I was like, Paul liked uh Barbie, the Barbie movie, but he didn't like Fast Times. Like, what? He loves that. It's like it's so perfect. And it's true. What's up with that?
I don't know, man.
Guys,
You
I'll be
gotta
right
watch
back,
that
all right?
movie. Oh, what?
This will be very quick.
All right, the
Are we
life
back?
force of the podcast is back.
Lifeblood. The lifeblood lives. All right. So
Yeah,
are we?
that's definitely not me.
That's what?
That's definitely not me.
What, the life force?
No.
I think it most likely is. Well, we're a tripod. If you cut one leg off, we all fall down. What's up with that?
That's surprisingly poetic.
I forget what that was from. That's from a movie. I don't know. I don't remember which movie it was. Anyways, I didn't really do a whole lot this weekend. It was kind of awesome. I watched that old MTV comic book show, The Max. Remember The Max? That purple guy?
I don't know. I don't.
No? Check it out. It's
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
really have. I didn't really have MTV anyways. So I came to Canada. We had much music, and it was the same thing but lamer.
I also watched a movie called The Housemaid. I don't think apparently Martin Scorsese liked this. It's a Japanese movie, or not Japanese, Korean movie from 1960.
It's like
You guys haven't
fucking
heard
3
of The
hours long.
Housemaid? It's like 2 hours long, I think.
Mm.
You guys haven't heard of that, have you?
No, that's new to me.
It's sort of a thriller, and at the end, it turns like it's not a twist, but it's funny the way it ends. It's sort of it's a PSA for older men not to cheat on their wives with younger women. That's the moral of the story, I suppose.
Freddy.
Hmm.
There you go.
What?
Paul, you're gonna do personal. I said it's a PSA. Paul goes, Freddy.
Oh no, because he's buzzing.
Oh, I thought you meant because the
Really?
Korean PSA.
No.
My cell phone is nowhere near my microphone. I don't know why I'm buzzing.
Oh yeah, and that movie Mind Game, Paul, you should check that out. It's up your alley. I know you like the kind of subconscious, strange, artsy anime, and it's not just that. It's funny. I think there's references that were used in Space Dandy on there, which is pretty cool, and also Evangelion too. It's got that sort of vibe.
Yeah, I'll check that one out. I think that one's been on the list.
It's on the list. 2004. What a good year for anime movies.
It's on the list. I don't know. I have a hard time with anime unless it's like hardcore cyberpunk.
Like Bubblegum Crisis, where they fight the boomer robots.
More like Ghost in the Shell
Oh, okay.
and Armitage and Battle Angel, Alita Battle Angel. It's too bad they never finished that, but more that kind of the one that just take Blade Runner and just put a light spin on it and pretend to be something new.
That sounds pretty cool. I never got through the full Ghost in the Shell. I only maybe saw like first 2 or 3. Maybe I should give it a try again.
Like first 2 or 3 movies, or
No, the show. Where you're talking
Oh.
about the movies.
No, yeah, no, the shows are. There's a second one. So the first movie is the one that matters. That one's like a masterpiece. The second one is watchable. Nowhere near as mind blowing as the first. And the
Life's
show
short. I'll just stick
is,
with the masterpiece.
yeah, like the show is like cool visuals, but it's like okay, like this is it's not offensive, but it didn't really need to exist either.
I think I might have seen this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out again. But anyways,
It's a cool concept. I like it.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely
it's,
give it a watch again. I'm still
it's
going
the
through
idea that
Mac's list.
the what?
Mac's horror movie list that he gave us like
Oh
two
yes,
episodes
yes,
ago.
yes.
Yeah, besides all that stuff, what have you guys been up to or listening to or, whatever?
I haven't like I went to a show last week, which means I've had my social quota filled for like the next 2 months. So I haven't really done anything this past week.
What
It's
about
mostly
you, Paul?
been
What's on
work,
the listening list here for you guys?
listening.
Uh, I just found out that that band North from Poland had like an EP out
Yeah,
in April earlier this year, so I was just listening to their second album and that one earlier.
that's a
I was just
solid
listening to a
band.
little North
Underrated.
Yeah,
last week.
I was just waiting for like when we started this whole podcast, I thought Fred was gonna pick North right out of the gate.
You know, if I did, I would pick one of the ones that no one really seems to like or talk about, which I guess is kind of the point. But like, everyone always talks about Thorns on the Black Rose and Corona. That's the second album, right? No, it's not
Yeah.
Corona.
Mm-mm.
Is it?
Well, no, Corona's the
Mm.
third.
The hell's the second one
It's
then?
like something in the past. I forget.
Yeah. Anyways, they talk about those, but like, and I'm gonna butcher the Polish name, but the one that looks like it would be pronounced Na Polak Bytu, that one is awesome. Probably my favorite North, and
Polak?
it's yeah the fourth album I want to say.
Yeah.
Um, that one's awesome. It's so martial, militant, and I always joke like this is what I expect a Monomarth would sound like based on their aesthetics.
I saw a comment on that album. Somebody said why would these guys even write this? It's the same as every other black metal band. I
Dang.
figured not really.
Wow, that's rude.
It's not really. There's a lot of
No,
like weird melodic death metal in there too.
yeah, like it's very death metal. Like it like really walks that line really really well. It's like instead of being black death metal, it's black metal gone death metal. If that makes any sense.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I mean, it does start off straight black metal and then kind of just moves away from that as that 2011 album comes around. That's basically a death metal album.
Yeah, but Paul, the new EP from North, did you listen to that at all? Because I heard a bit of it, but I didn't get a chance to go back to it. I feel like I don't know what the recording details of that are, but I think it's been in the works for a long ass time because I remember them saying they were recording something like years ago.
Yeah, I don't
It's been
know.
like,
I listened to it earlier today, and it was just like such a stark difference from that the second album I compared it to.
oh yeah,
And it was just like so much. It just lost all its like oomph and beefiness of like its death metal side and was leaning more into the high gain sort of black metal tone with the guitars. But the songs
oh
are still
really?
there, so it was good. They're just fucking long. Like I think it runs like 30 minutes, and it's like 5 songs or so.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it was still neat to see that these guys are still going though.
Yeah, I was giving up hope that they had actually that they still existed because after that last album, and that one's something Storm. I'm not going to try pronouncing it at all.
Zone.
That was like over 10 years ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember checking back on their Facebook page and just like nothing. Eventually they said, yeah, we're working on something, and then nothing.
Just like comps.
Yeah, I don't have the demo comp yet. I should get that. The early
Yeah, they
stuff
got
is,
this.
is pretty good.
They got some splits out.
That split they have with Gromo Wolodny is actually really good.
Hmm. Yeah, but other than that, I was listening to Allegiance, the hymns to the Hungagud or something like that.
Legions?
Yeah, Allegiance.
Oh, the German band you were talking to us about.
No, that's abrogation.
Oh, wait, which one's Legions?
The Sweden one, is it? Swedish one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the.
Weren't they on No Fashion?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I was listening to some
Pretty sure
of
they were.
them and Laughing Man from Norway. That shit's pretty good. And
Laughing Man?
Moribund too.
You mean
The-
Var?
Oh, this Allegiance. I remember this.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's pretty good.
What's Laughing Man like? I haven't actually heard them.
Dude, that shit's like some pretty brutal shit for 94 out of Norway. I was like, what the fuck? And it kind of grooves a bit too. I was expecting to walk into a like a death and roll sort of album, but it just came out really brutal death metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I've never heard of these guys.
Not like chuggy
Neither
shit,
have I.
but
I
it's-
like Chucky shit.
yeah, not really chuggy, but still really, really good.
Oh, good. There's 3 copies of their CD on Discogs, and the cheapest one is $525.
How the hell did you find this?
Just deep diving.
Starting from where?
I think I was looking at just YouTube channels like Do Me a Favor and Kill Me, and going through and then just popping up on the side, old school brutal death metal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one band you sent, I had passed by casually. That Utenheim.
Which one?
Utenheim, that Swedish kind of folky black metal.
Oh yeah,
The one with all the pagan stuff on the cover.
yeah.
It looks like a Hellheim album.
Helheim. I
Yeah.
was listening to Helheim when I was taking the bike ride
Hordheim.
yesterday. That and the Infernal Majesty album. I feel like I hadn't listened to it in a long time. It's pretty good.
Overlord.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, are
Overlord.
all the bands that have Heim at the end of their name are just pretty good, huh?
Hordheim.
Helheim. Jotunheim. I don't remember any other Heims.
Dodheim.
Todd Heimsgard?
It's not at the end.
No, it's not at
Why
the
must,
end.
why must we turn our podcast into a house of lies?
It's not at the end.
But yeah, have you guys heard Moribund?
Which one? There's probably
The-
a million of them.
Let's see, Ocular Eyes, the album.
Where are they from?
Ocular eyes? Isn't that really redundant?
Is that the name of the album? Ocular Eyes?
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm trying to think.
Like 2 words? Ocular
Oh yeah,
eyes?
they're from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Okay.
Those damn
Let's
Swiss.
see.
Yeah, you've probably seen the album cover before.
Slang. No, I don't think I've seen this album cover before.
No, check this album out. It's probably gonna be a pick of mine.
Oh yeah?
Does it go hard?
Well, it's not soft.
That Polish band I sent yesterday was pretty good. Terrestrial Hospice. Newer album, 2022. Pretty good.
And then
Would
that
recommend a listen.
that Japanese band too, the Death.
Coulter of the Deepers.
Yeah, the Penguin EP. That shit was really good.
Yeah,
They just get a good
Like,
pass for being Japanese.
Yeah. Well, the Japanese
Fair.
are really good at that post-rock kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
doing like
incorporating death metal into it is pretty cool.
it's like electronic shoegaze death metal.
I like it.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be something to talk about too.
Moribund. This looks really interesting.
Yeah, that shit's pretty good. And then
Oracular eyes, not ocular eyes.
oh, there you go.
Stupid bastard.
That reminds me of that Swedish band In Eternum. They have an album called The Pestilent Plague. Like, isn't that just the plaguey plague? Like,
The
And
Plague.
the Plaguey Plague.
seems redundant.
I got that Plaguey Play. Somebody stole the fridge's fridge.
And then our hometown heroes, Noctuary.
Noctuary. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's really good, actually.
It's like some old Nordic guy from 1998. He was
You're
doing
like-
some like straight up Nordic black metal.
You're like, this guy's from Whittier.
Yeah, this guy lived in Whittier, some Nord.
And then you guys know Phantasmagory, right? From I think they're French.
I think so.
Odd Sounds.
I don't know.
The album's really good.
It's Magori.
Yeah, I had more time than usual to actually listen to new shit.
Is it called Odd Sounds?
Oh, you know, it's not from France. It's I think it's from the Ukraine or Russia or something.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Let's see. I was listening to some stuff that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Let me
Odd
see.
Sounds.
Odd Sounds.
Oh, I remember this. Oh man, it's been like a hell of a long time since I've heard this.
You guys ever heard of a band called Morthra?
No.
Forget where they're from. Like Mothra, but with an R. Morthra. They're really good. All their
Netherlands?
stuff. Netherlands, yeah. Oop, I
This
think I
logo
alluded to
looks
something.
familiar.
I actually went through a little bit of a deep dive through the Netherlands death metal. But I
Oh
digress.
yeah, I remember listening to this. Vic Records
they're
put out this
good.
compilation. Yeah, any compilation Vic Records puts out is usually worth listening to. They dig out
Yep.
some good shit.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's like pretty. It's like pretty freaking sweet. Like, check it out.
The band did not change their name to Morthrax. This is in fact a Morthra cover tribute band. There's a cover tribute band for a band that only released 3 demos.
It's probably the same guys doing a tribute to themselves.
It doesn't show any of those guys being part of that band.
It doesn't jive.
It doesn't jive, guys. Something that doesn't jive.
Oh, besides that, I finally got to listen to Malediction from the UK. I'd never really listened to them before. I know they exist,
Oh.
but they're pretty
They're
good.
great.
Jubby did an episode.
What's up?
Said, didn't Jubby do an episode?
Of Malediction?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he did.
That's did he? Did he now?
He's like, yeah, buy all this shit on Bandcamp.
Did he do it? Did Jub do the Malediction? The dedicated wham on the server. You ever see that kid?
No.
Who does
But-
mentions the dedicated wham?
I think you brought it up before, yeah.
The dedicated wham on the server.
Yeah, episode 213.
Oh yes, we're not at 213 yet.
No, RFI
No.
did that. Malediction.
You're supposed to say no, you dumb bitch. That's what you're supposed to say. Okay, I believe you. Yeah, I don't know if I had ever listened to freaking Malediction.
Okay, I believe you.
I did order their
Oh,
stuff
okay.
on Bandcamp. They found some leftover copies of their live in studio album, Chronicles of Dissension, and that is an awesome recording. It is wild. So good. So good.
Yeah, then other than that,
So like totally check it out.
some brutal death metal, like Incinerator from Denmark and
You brutal death.
Dislocated Cerebrum. I think they're Malaysian. And then this one's a Freddy one.
Dislocated Cerebrum.
That's
Dichotic,
funny.
the Canadian band. And some like Death Doom, Groms.
Oh, Groms is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groms is sick. Groms is sick.
And I was listening to some weird, it's like progressive rock death metal, Will-O-Wisp from Italy.
Yes, that band is pretty good. I like Will-O-Wisp. I believe I have some of their shit downloaded on my iTunes. It's
Yeah.
got that like it's got a totally progressive rock like album cover, right?
Yeah, the Enchiridion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Enchiridion.
Yeah, that was a trip, man.
Yeah, that's a trip, man. Get a load of this Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, it actually warranted the keyboards.
Is this them, the anti-written? Am I looking at the wrong will-o-wisp? Oh, isn't it spelled like will-o-wisp?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not willow, it's will-o-wisp. Okay. It's been a while, but yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out again. Fred, did you find the will-o-wisp album?
He ain't even looking.
No,
Find it.
I'm not.
Or
Fred,
just send it to the damn group chat.
sometimes you gotta gatekeep from the bros.
Oh, don't gatekeep from the bros. I'll quit. I promise.
But yeah,
We're supposed
Fred.
to say good.
Anyways, Fred,
Shut up.
you got anything in your mailbag?
Mailbag
You're
and
supposed to say mail bag.
yeah, like I'm not the mailman. Come on, Paul. What is this? Yeah, I usually do. So there's this label called Doomed to Obscurity Records, and they have been digging up some really good death metal that's pretty obscure. I think I spoke about them last week when I picked up the Vidar Vang compilation. I got some more that I had ordered after. The Bathim demo, Into Darkness. That's the band that became Satanas that I'll talk about later because I got some shit from them too. And an American band called Excoriate. I know there's a German band that came out like ages later, but this demo from '92, Dead Molestation, people who like first album Era Suffocation, they need to like give this a listen. It's sick. Such a good demo.
Give it a licking.
Yep.
I'd love to lick a lemon lollipop in the lily.
So of all places on Facebook Marketplace, I found a guy selling a small lot of CDs. So the three that I'm keeping are Cryptopsy's Done So Vile. I already had the 2001 version from Century Media, but this is the first press on Wrong Again. Artwork looks so much better. Deceased, the Blueprints for Madness, just an all-around great band. And Dying Fetus, Infatuation with Malevolence on Wild Rags Records. And I've never been the biggest Dying Fetus fan, but this earlier stuff is much more like New York heavy.
Here, I'm hypnotizing you through
death
the
metal
mic. You
feel.
are the biggest Dying Fetus fan. Like holding one of those little gems. It's swinging.
Yeah, we got
This is the band you're looking for.
Yes, exactly.
You got the embryo in front of you.
The embryo. Nice romper prop reference, brother. Rompa-dump. My favorite band.
I remember Romper Prop. Oh my god.
Do you remember
But,
Bowel Crust?
No, and I'm happy with that.
They got one song on YouTube. It fucking rules. It's like the singer from Romper Prop 92. Netherland death metal. Hey, more Netherland death metal. What?
What are we alluding to?
Anyways, the other two CDs like I had were that really useless death compilation, Fate, which is just like songs taken from the first three albums. If you own the albums, there's no fucking point owning that, so that's gonna get sold. And a Charred Walls of the Damned album.
Oh yeah, Richard Christie.
Yeah, not bad, but not really my thing, so I'm probably gonna sell that.
You will listen
And
to
then
modern power metal.
The LP I got in the mail today was Satanas. So this is the same band as Bathim, but they are a fairly long-running death metal band with like some black tinge to it from the US.
When's the last time you had a Bathim?
A long time ago. But yeah, I got the LP for this, their third album, Thy Dark Heavens, because A, it's a good fucking album, and B, I love that Chris Verwimp artwork, and I was hoping it would look good on LP, but it's just stretched, and it kind of looks blurry, which is really unfortunate. I mean, I'm happy I still own the album on LP, but like I was hoping it'd be like really like crisp, good resolution, but no, it's not. It's just like stretched JPEG, and it's like not great. But whatever. Still looks cool. Still sounds great. So, yeah, these guys don't seem to get a whole lot of attention. Like Black Earth, Armies of Charon, Dark Heavens. They're great albums, and they're still going. They've been around for a long ass time.
Comments of that Dark Heavens album. What's his name? Schnell says sick. Schnell's pretty lit.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, it's in the videos. It's gonna get a good listen.
Schnell says, like, I mean, the guy you talk to every week and that shares taste with you all the time says it's good, but I mean, Schnell says it's good, so you better listen to it.
Yes. No, it's just adding more. It's like,
I'm not
whoa.
hurt. I'm not hurt. You're hurt.
No, you should. I'm not hurt. You shouldn't be hurt. You should be happy that it's in the videos, and it's all because of you. The Schnell thing is just a bonus.
If there's nothing missing in my life, why do these tears come at night?
I can imagine if as soon as we log off, Fred's like crying. As soon as we say goodnight.
He's just like, the Snell thing?
Come on. No one knows where that line's from. Come on. It's
What is
Britney
that
Spears. It's a Britney Spears song, Lucky.
Which Britney?
Oh.
What? Lucky?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I know that song. That's going in the videos too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of her worst.
One of her worst.
And I love Britney. I'm not even gonna lie. But Lucky sounds, you know what? It's a catchy song, but oh my god, those lyrics are painful to listen to.
I don't like that one chick. What was her name? Lily Allen. Remember her? Kind of liked her.
No, I really don't.
She had a song called "Fuck You Very Much," I think.
Well, I recently learned that Britney Spears had a song called "If You Seek Amy," and I had never heard that song before, and I'm like, "If you seek Amy, what the hell does that mean?" And then he's like, "Say it, say it out loud." I'm like, "If you seek Amy." Oh, I see what she did there.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
You know how long it takes to take this shit out, Fred?
Naughty language.
Oh, we're not allowed to swear on this? I didn't know.
Keep that language in the shit house.
Keep it in the bag, mister.
Keep it in the gutter.
Keep that in the fuck house.
Yeah, language.
Right.
Wait, but Paul, you seemed horrified when I mentioned dying fetus. What are your thoughts on dying fetus?
He loves them.
Love dying fetus.
Oh, that's good.
That's because he is a dying fetus currently.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Aren't we all?
Embryos, and I suppose we are dying fetuses.
No, you know what really turned me off of Dying Fetus? Their early artwork, like their album artwork. It's just bad. I don't like that artwork.
It is bad, but it draws you in.
Yeah,
even
bad
though
ass.
it's bad. Yeah, bad fucking ass, asshole.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to be wrong. It's fine. Well, even the one I got, like the demo compilation, Infatuation with the Malevolence, like, what the fuck is that album cover? It's terrible.
Pissing in the
But I mean,
mainstream.
it's on Wild Rags, so it can't be bad. Wild Rags is either really good or completely fucking off the wall, and that's why I love that label so much.
Which album is that you picked up? Just so I can.
It's
The
their
demo,
second
right?
demo reissued with the first demo as added tracks.
Infatuation with Malevolence.
Yeah, so 94 and then 93 material added on.
This one. This isn't the one with "Kill Your Mother, Rape Your Dog." Where's that? Where's that song?
That's added as bonus track, a live bonus track on reissues of it. But that's not where it's originally from. No, I don't know their
if I've ever
discography
heard
well
this.
enough.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard this demo. I remember the first one because I remember it's like a guy in a bathtub, isn't it? Yeah, there it is, bathing in trails.
It's very like New York chunky death metal, like I don't know,
Balmer.
Immortal Suffering, or like Baphomet kind of, I guess, but a bit more
Putrid Decay.
yeah, I just find that the drumming sounds very mechanical in those.
Well, I think that one's like where they first started doing like triggers and shit on like in bathing entrails, and people were like really thrown off from that too.
Yeah, I could see that, but like it's good, and I don't know, it might get me to actually check out more Dying Fetus. You know, the one thing though, they have a really cool logo, and they don't use it often enough. They do now. I know they've started using it more on their newer albums, but like on their early stuff with the very like they just use like a block font, and it's like I don't like that artwork, but like it's just such a shame. Like I remember one of their EPs, I think Grotesque Impalement. That one uses the logo. Yeah, that's the one, and that looks sick. But then you look at I don't know, Purification Through Violence, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
I think it's sick when they use both, but they have the other one right on top of the like drawn logo. Get the best of both worlds, death metal and hardcore.
Yeah, because they do have a fair bit of hardcore influence, don't they?
Yeah, I think they're more
They're beat down.
catering to that crowd now.
Hmm.
Death metal's the dying breed.
They do have like, although I don't like a lot of their album covers, the one for which one is it? Reign Supreme. That album cover is sick. Like the skeleton dude on a throne of skulls or whatever.
That one's not doing it for me.
Well, I mean,
The music
it's
either.
it's not my fault you have bad taste.
Yeah, it's true.
No, you don't like that album in terms of musically?
No, I stopped at Descend into Depravity. Oh no, actually History Repeats, because that's just the one where they do a bunch of covers.
Oh, Descendants Depravity has a terrible artwork too.
I like that one. It's like you're in a video game. It's like the POV.
No, you know which album has like my favorite artwork that makes me think I'm in like a really old video game. You guys ever heard Psychic Possessor?
Yep.
So that
Oh yeah,
first
the melting guys.
yeah, on Toxin Diffusion. So like that looks like the first opening like not even cutscene, but just like still frame with like text at the bottom and saying, "Hey, we're having a nuclear meltdown. You need to go into that shit behind me and try and solve things." My eyes just hanging out.
It's all
Yeah.
you, dude.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Half-Life or something.
Yeah, right. And it's just like, "Hey, I'm so glad you could make it. We've all got radiation poisoning. Can you go in there and try and shut down the reactor?"
Dude, that might be my favorite album art ever now.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Let's just cover that eventually one of these days.
That is a really good album too.
Yeah, it's a classic Brazilian, I think, right?
It is, but it's not like as
It's not crazy. It's a little bit more straightforward thrash.
Not so zillion.
yeah, you would think it's like just looking at it, it'd be like fairly bestial, right? Like Volcano or Early Sepultura or even
it's
like I
not.
don't know, Mutilator. No, it's much more like Celtic Frost influenced, and it's but it's a really good album. China Dust is a great track.
Damn, smell no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. With their cover art. I mean, their band photo.
Oh, really? Hang on, let me look.
Yeah, the first guy is smell no evil.
I guess so, yeah. Hey, that makes sense. I mean, you gotta cover all the senses. Where's the feel no evil? Feel no evil. How do you do that? I never heard their second album. I heard it was very different. So I,
Yeah, that looks like just crossover as hell. That's like the equivalent of the Dying Fetus logo. And then their,
oh yeah, seriously. But
their drawn one.
Sort of like the
yeah,
Soothsayer album.
Toxin
but that
Diffusion,
different.
worth listening to.
I didn't get anything in the mail, but I was looking through my CDs and I was listening to something that I don't think I've ever talked about on the show. A German band called Penetralia. It says symphonic gothic black metal.
Whoa,
And maybe that sounds unappealing, but it's actually kind of cool.
that's a
If you
mix
look
of
at the-
things.
Yeah, if you look at the album art, it's like two gargoyles making out.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh, they were on last episode. Okay, that tells you something.
What's the deal with this last episode? Is it seems like Holy Records, but for black metal instead of the death metal stuff.
They just had a lot of weird stuff on there.
Yeah, I was looking through some of this stuff. There is a lot of weird shit. I mean, they had some big bands, like they had Behemoth and Belfgor on here.
I don't know how to pronounce this one, but Atanatos, another German band. They were really, really good. They get zero recognition.
I was checking that out. I mean, I kind of was just basing it off album art, which I usually do. So this is like in the list to check out. I haven't checked it out yet. I don't know if it's good, but the album art looks cool. Even though it's just the logo, it just looks cool.
They're really good. I don't have any of their albums. I have one of their EPs. What the fuck's it called? Assault of Heathen Forces. That's the one. And that one's awesome. And I've heard from a friend that the albums are really good too. They also had, I think, Vilcates were on there. Vilcates. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that either. But Angel Dust and Blasphemy and whatever the fuck the next album was called. That was a weird German black metal band. Fairly straightforward, but at the same time, you're like, what the fuck is this?
A band called Cryptic Carnage is on there. That's kind of Greek sounding. It's pretty good.
Cryptic Carnage.
Cryptic Carnage. Mystic Circle is on here too. Storm.
Oh yes.
I think Paul knows.
Oh yes.
And then a band that people don't talk about anymore, but it seems like they were popular in the early 2000s. Suidakra. Nobody remembers that. I don't think anybody does.
Remember the name, but I don't even know what they sound like.
They sound like modern extreme metal in the sense of like Winter Sun or Ensiferum, kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of good. It's kind of good though. At least I have one song in my my memory bank here. It was called Pendragon's Fall. That one was pretty good. Oh, you know who was like this band too? God, what the heck were they called? Kalma. Remember Kalma?
I do. I never really got into them, but I don't know why this makes me think of that Swedish band Darkane. I'm not a huge fan of what they've done since, but that first album, Rusted Angel, is fucking off the wall.
Okay, I don't like the album art, but hey, you know.
No, the album art has a serious case of the 2000s. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, it looks like an Evanescence album cover or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No, but it's pretty
the
like
chick on it. Her head looks weird.
It's pretty like off the wall, like melodic death metal with a lot of thrash in it. But it's pretty intense. It's a good album. I don't own it anymore. But the first couple tracks, these ones, Convicted and Bound, like those were my jam back in the day.
I'm glad I brought up Penetralia. See, that's what a metal lord does. You can trail off into the metal world. Whatever topic is brought up, the metal lord can adapt.
We just get lost in it.
The guide to the underground.
I'll be your guide to the underground.
Easy there, Virgil.
Okay. Well, I was gonna bring up one last thing. I can't remember what it was.
Nah.
I think I was just gonna say I was watching this music video for like an In Flames song that I heard when I was a kid. We were like front yard moshing at Julian's house to Take This Life, which is like one of In Flames metalcore songs. I was watching that video. The song's not that bad. It's kind of actually good. Everybody, In Flames, Take This Life. It's not that bad. It's actually kind of good. Quote me on that.
No, never.
Both of you are naysaying me today. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Oh, you're defending In Flames. What do you want?
What's wrong with that? In Flames was a good band.
Yeah, before they started making music.
Oh!
Started making music. Oh! Hello.
I will say this though, I have not seen their newest album cover until now. That's a pretty cool cover.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's gonna be like the Reign Supreme one. Let's see.
Reign Supreme?
Inflammation.
No, this cover looks like it could be a band on like Dark Descent Records, except for
It
their
does.
crappy logo.
The logo is crappy. The logo looks like how would you even describe that? It looks like something
It looks
like
like the
an
it looks like the chiller font in Microsoft Word.
It does. It looks like that, but
Look-
it looks like a T-shirt design from Hot Topic. That's like not actually a band. It just says like "Bad Girl" or something.
Yeah, looks like the blood written words and like Nazi zombies or something too.
Reader beware, you're in for a
Oh.
scare.
One other thing I'm going to bring up, because I know next week we have a guest who I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but he hates black metal, so we're not
Yeah.
going to talk about these guys. But Maniac Butcher, oh my god. I ordered from a guy on the Canadian equivalent of Craigslist eight Maniac Butcher CDs, and I am fucking stoked because they are the best band with the worst album covers, and that's exciting.
I'd buy 8 CDs for Maniac Butcher, but I dare not challenge the metal lord.
They are incredible.
I dare not speak his name.
Have
That was from something too. I can't remember what.
you guys, how much Maniac Butcher have you guys heard?
Not too much.
Yeah, not much. A couple albums. That's about it. I don't even remember which ones. They've never been a band where I'm like, I love this band. I love this album. It's always been like, oh, it's one of the more or less legendary black metal bands. I know them. I like them. That's kind of the extent for my listening.
Okay, well that's gonna change.
Okay.
Our chat will get flooded by these. No, but if I had to make everyone listen to one Maniac Butcher album, it'd be their fourth. And it's in Czech, so I'm gonna butcher this as well, which is good to the theme of tonight, me not pronouncing things correctly.
You maniac.
Chernak Krev.
Cernakrev.
Yeah, means black blood, but it's the album cover is just these two idiots, Barbara and Blasphemer, like total deer in headlights look with their homemade armor and weapons, and they're holding a severed dummy head. And the cover is so bad, it's good. It's like the Plan 9 about from outer space of black metal covers. But the album's so fucking good. It's such a good album.
You said deer in the headlights. J-Dog would say deer in the headlights, dick in the mouth.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't think I've heard this one, so.
That is the album. So I have that one. I have a Brazilian reissue called Sangue Negro. But I have the original on the way, which is exciting.
Just said. What, nobody got that?
Huh?
Oh, never mind.
Huh?
Nothing. It sounded like you said a racial slur.
I see what you did there.
Yes, see, it took a while. That's all right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
I like how this episode is just chock full of like retarded cartoon voices.
Oh, I see what you did there.
That sounded like the little puppet from 2.5 Men.
Oh no!
That sounded like
Kermit the Frog.
No, not like Kermit the Frog. It sounded like something, man. Not like Kirby.
Not Kirby.
Okay. Well, with that, should we go on break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I could
Ugh.
get myself a Kraken.
Get yourself a Kraken, and I'll get myself to smack it.
Yeah.
All right, we're big back.
And Paul's going to talk about Maniac Butcher. Go.
And he's gonna self-pleasure.
Well, I was gonna talk about
Kraken.
Fred's gonna yell at his wife for dropping spoons on the floor.
Yeah, someone has to.
I was gonna mention just found out in the
That
break.
Paul just like glazes right over all that.
That damn bird, Dominic, shut up!
The fucking Chino XL died. I just found that out during our little intermission.
Who?
Who?
Chino XL,
Who the hell is that?
one of the greatest lyricists of our time.
Heard of him?
He was up there with the Immortal Techniques and stuff like that. Died at 50 years old.
Yeah, maybe some of the listeners like
Sucks.
this stuff. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I got to see him once, so that was great. His album Poison Pen is like one of the top underground hip hop albums, in my opinion, lyric wise, and yeah, so I found that out just right now.
Damn.
Had to bring that up and commemorate.
Unfortunately, me and Fred had to ruin it with spoons and birds and self-pleasure.
But the pleasure was all mine. Anyways,
What was the other thing?
oh, we're going into the pick, and
That was the second
Right.
thing. That was a
Wait,
thing
That's
we
not-
already
that-
assumed.
yeah, that's a thing that we already do.
Yeah, no. Think up of a second thing. If you can't think of
No.
anything, it's Maniac Butcher.
no,
What is
you
it?
guys,
What, didn't we already do Maniac Butcher?
You guys don't get it. All right,
No,
so
it's more Maniac Butcher.
Okay, I guess we don't get it. Paul's gonna school us and spank us and pleasure us and all that stuff.
all right, so
He's gonna spoon us. You're really making the guy have a stroke over here. He's like clenching his fist like that rat when the other rat ran into him. Go ahead, Paul. The floor, it's all yours.
It's all yours. Just go for it.
all right, so
We're listening.
We're
Just-
here
listening.
today to go
It's a wedding.
over.
Yeah, that was almost like the prince intro. We'll gather here today, my dearly beloved.
Paul's never gonna get this sentence out.
I know.
For the Swedish death metal band Liars in Wait, their EP Spiritually Uncontrolled Art.
Right.
I mean, to come in between grotesque and diabolique, but also at the same time, writing shit for decolation is just, I mean, what was this guy Necrolord not doing at the time?
Right.
This is what we picked, right? Liars in Wait.
I think so.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you guys don't get it. Wait a minute. What are we actually doing?
We're actually doing.
Because I think I didn't listen to the right thing.
You didn't listen to the right thing?
I thought we were doing this
You-
one.
Oh, you freaking monkey. Okay. This is not Liars in Wait. Attention. This is not Liars in Wait from Sweden. This is Liar in Wait from
There's only one.
yeah, there's only one liar, damn it. Like Henry Rollins. Liar.
It'd be
Yeah,
funny if
these
this was a
fellers-
one-person band.
Yeah, it's this feller. This band is from the Netherlands. I don't think anybody's ever heard of him except for a few guys on the net. You dudes on the net, he's cool like freaking metal dudes on freaking that, like anyway. It seems to be like the only well actually donkey. Actually, the three guys in this band, well except for the second guitar player, these guys were all in big bands a little bit later on. Drummer was in Funeral Winds. I always saw Funeral Winds as kind of a not that cool modern black metal band. Is that
band,
fair
though.
to say?
Big band,
They're
though.
part of some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Metal Lord.
Cool.
Please.
Coup de Hat is a really good album, and that stands for Cold Hate, and it is a very cold fucking album. And Sinister Creed was a really good album too. I really like that one.
Yeah, I guess
But,
this is the main guitar player, the vocalist and guitar player, Liar and Wait. He went on to do vocals in Funeral Winds, and I
But
think he
he
played
was
bass.
also one of them was also in Liar of Golgotha, and that was a great band.
I don't know Liar of Golgotha, I don't think. Do I? Actually, you know what? I think I've seen this before. Dancing Through the Palace. Yeah, maybe. Which is the one that you like? Ancient Wars?
They're all good, really. The one I play, so I don't own Dancing Through the Palace, so I don't play that one as much as I'd like. I usually go to Dwell Within the Mysterious Dark.
Oh, okay.
That one's pretty cool. Actually, there's even, if I remember correctly, the lyrics by one of these tracks is by one of the guys from Absurd. Yeah, JFN did the lyrics to one of the tracks. That's the one.
Okay.
That's
We learned something from the Metal Lord. Good thing he's here. Good thing he's here good thing he's the social glue of the show. A leg of the tripod, if you will. Yeah, so what we're learning just now is these guys are connected to pretty decent bands.
Yeah.
Okay bands. We got Funeral Winds, we got Liar of Golgotha, Melakesh.
Yeah,
Drummer's connected to Melakesh.
Drummer got around.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really,
Little bit.
Malakesh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The international band.
Melakesh.
Crazy.
Look at him. And
Hey, you know what? I just realized that guy that guy was in Liar of Golgotha and Liar in Wait, and they both have liar in it, but they're different words.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. Wait.
yeah, one's a liar, the other one's a liar, and maybe one of these fellas has his pants possibly on fire. I'm not sure, but I
Well, we'll have to check the band photos more closely.
We should find out. Anyways, we sort of compared them right off the bat to Liars in Wait because golly, what a similar name. And also, golly, Spiritually Uncontrolled Art comes out in 92. And this demo, Immersie Obscura, the Equinox of the God, this also comes out in 92. And I don't think anybody really heard the promo from Liars in Wait. I couldn't find it. If somebody else could find it, whatever. But
Can I just say, though, you rolled the name of the demo off the tongue, like, really smoothly. That was impressive.
I'm just trying to go fast here.
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically, this is, it seems like a pretty experimental type of project. It has a little bit of black metal in it. It's got a little bit of familiar stuff from the American death metal scene. And some stuff that's a little bit familiar to European death metal in general. I'm mostly alluding to, like, melodicism in sparse little tidbits like scattered throughout this 15-minute demo. And if you guys noticed, I don't know if you did or not, this does sort of have a sound relatability to Liars in Wait. It's kind of got the Morbid Angel Necrovore thing going on a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Especially the vocals. The vocals are wild on this, and they kind of remind me of like a much more buried and obscured version of the vocals on Domination from Morbid Angel.
Yeah,
they're very they're very forceful, almost shouted, but they're
quiet.
They're so
almost
buried and hollowed as well.
Yeah, that's a great quality. The buried and hollowed quiet shout is something that's lost now in death metal, I think.
I found that that band Beyond Fatal Power of Death, they kind of brought that style back.
We've jizzed over them before.
Yeah, but like the vocals on there kind of have that feel to them. But no, generally speaking, you're right. That's something that's not done very often these days.
Yeah, we've self-pleasured over that.
Yep. Always self-pleasuring. I'm gonna say about something. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys notice this too, but every so often there sputters out an obituary type vocalist.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of cool. This thing is pretty varied. It's pretty energetic in a way that feels like a live recording in some capacity.
Yeah.
It feels extremely experimental, which would make sense for just a demo and then kind of going on to do more normal things. I don't know how much more they could have done in this style. It seems like there were other bands doing similar stuff, but not really to not really mixing the things that these guys were. And who knows? Maybe they quit because Liars and Wait came out, and that was wackier than this.
They're like, oh, let's just
But
jump the black metal trend.
yeah. It's Liars and Wait is wackier than this, but this is a little bit more structured and
More
as we
coherent.
go more yeah, definitely more coherent. And after once these guys have their words here, I think we'll soon discover there's more than just meets the ear. There's maybe slight there's just a lot of strange things going on in here,
Yeah,
and we'll get to it. We'll dissect it all. But for
that meets the vagina ear.
the vagina, the ear vagina, I'll just bring up too. I found this on a YouTube channel called Tempestuous Might, which is really good. They got a lot of underground like singles that you probably haven't heard of. I went through the whole damn thing, went to the bottom. I saw Liar and Wait. I saw that cover, saw the name. Turns out it's cool.
Pretty
And it feels like pretty fucking good. And
The cover is really cool. I like that.
yeah,
I think
and
it's
it
a
feels
fairy
like
stuck
something
in like a spiderweb sort of shit.
it feels like something I that's right up my alley. It feels like me-core. An old weird eclectic death metal demo that the way it presents itself reminds me of like certain Swedish things. It reminds me of like Euthanasia, who I bring up all the time, or maybe even like Necropsy or something like that. It's got that kind of mystery behind it. And it just even though it has
Looks like artwork from a magic card.
yeah, and even though it's kind of got the American death metal influence to it a bit, it still feels really European, does it not?
Yeah.
Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you, fellers.
I just love the fucking production on this. It's such a enveloping, warm kind of production, but also just like the vocals kind of hollowed out. It feels very, very distant, and it gives it a really, really old atmosphere, which is the sort of thing I really like in the old death metal demos. The artwork fits it. It's again, looks like a magic card or D&D artwork. It's been like photocopied and then refotocopied. I don't know why, because it. You guys remember that Belgian band Caducity?
Yeah.
Yes.
With the Wylon Wilder quest or what? It made me think of that a few times. I don't really know why, or can't like really put my finger on what.
Because it's
it
mystic.
was, but
it's got a mystic quality to it.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And
All the best death metal does.
I just want to point out too that I know that whenever we're talking about these bands, sometimes people think that we're trying to say that these bands influence that guy. I'm not really saying anyone influenced anyone. It just reminds me of other shit. That's all I'm talking about. This band reminds me of other shit, whether it came before or after. I don't really care.
I was trying to make the argument that influences that.
Well, Paul maybe, but not me.
Kidding.
Come on, Paul.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but like that was the one thing that it made me think of that was I couldn't quite put my finger on. Otherwise, like Dan kind of nailed it with like the Necrovore Morbid Angel kind of thing, but a bit more simple, I guess. Like a bit more, almost like Morbid Angel and Necrovore smashes into Swedish death metal, but just with really awesome production.
Yeah, nice shifts of atmosphere that I don't know, they just seem to work so well, and it just makes a very cool demo.
I think it's Criminal hasn't been reissued yet.
Yeah, nobody really knows this. You didn't know this, right, Fred?
No, this is new to me.
Yeah.
You mentioned it like a little while ago. Like it's,
yes.
That was when I first heard of it, and I did play it. I did like it, and then you picked it, and I thought that was a great pick because it's just a fucking good demo.
Paul, we didn't really get to talk about this at all. So what? You have anything you want to say before we jump into a first song?
Well, I
What
didn't
say
listen.
you?
I didn't even listen to the fucking thing. I listened to Liars and Wait. Just kidding.
Oh, I
No,
was about to say the Daniel Carver thing. I was
no.
about to say the Daniel Carver thing.
But I listened to this, and it seemed like it has like all the qualities that I want in death metal, where it's just like constantly moving and progressing into just new things
Yeah.
and being just like all around like attention grabbing and enjoying, and like each song had its own different vibe. Like the last one seemed like super finished to me, just with like those really like atmospheric slow chords at the beginning and outro of that song, and then the drumming on here just like steals the show for me, because he's doing like just crazy like hyper blast shit all over this, as well as keeping it kind of just like punky and thrashy where it needs to be too. But I think everything stays and doesn't overstay its welcome. Like on any particular part, it's all like, all right, that's like the perfect amount of something I want to hear, and then it moves into something even more interesting.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like, at least when I was listening to it, like building on anything, but it was just like, I think having the best quality in metal is like, all right, they just keep doing the fucking cool thing. Like, oh, but the cool thing's like 10 things that they just keep pinballing between. And I think, this is like a really underrated, or probably just underground release that not a lot of people have heard. And I think it kind of compares well to Liars and Wait, or
It does.
at least can be in the same could be a good contender for like that like hold its own in that
Whacked death metal.
that like chaotic death metal. But like even just like the spots of melodicism in here is like
Good too.
amazing. Yeah. And then
Wow.
the vocals are very like they're great at the when I was like first hearing them, I was alright, cool. But then I started after listening to it, because it's only like fucking 15 minutes long, so I can listen to this 100 times, and I just started like actually just listening to the vocals the whole time, and like you said, just like coming out with the fucking obituary vocals,
Yeah.
and then just like you could hear like the sort of talking like low effort growl that this guy does like the whole way through. Like if you really
he makes it sound so good though.
when you focus
it
on
works.
that, it's like all like you can just see like, okay, it's a guy doing it, versus like more death metal vocals. I like when it takes me away from like, oh shit, this like it's impressive that a guy's doing it, not like, oh yeah, it's just some guy doing it. It's like, oh shit, this guy can do that. But I think it's still good.
That was slightly convoluted, but it made sense.
Oh, because this one's like, oh yeah, that's just some guy doing that, and then it's like you hear some
I
like
can
great.
do that. Whoa.
Then like, it's not some guy doing that, but instead it's like, wow, that guy can do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's just different
Hey,
side
that
of
guy
the coin.
did that.
Yeah.
Paul's just gonna rage quit this episode.
That guy's doing that. That guy just self-pleasured.
Well, should we listen to a song and do that?
Please God, yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, Paul. God, those are a lot of good points. Yeah, the progression point. It just moves along, and as the death metal guy would say, it does the cool thing. And the cool thing is like nonstop cool riffs.
Yeah, because it could be
Engaging.
very redundant and just be like the Pantera cool thing, but these guys are like
But
doing
there's
the really
no Pantera cool thing.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit! It's a rap.
Pantera and cool don't go in the same sentence unless the word not is in there as well.
The word Fredward and cool go in the same sentence. Thank you very much.
Exclusively combined.
Okay.
Yeah.
well.
no.
Let's listen to the first
Whatever
track.
the first
called.
song is called.
Unity.
Temple Forest.
I love.
Keep saying that over and over again.
All right, we'll
Unity,
be right back.
the temple in the forest.
All right, we'll
Unity,
be right back.
the temple in the forest.
All right, we'll
Unity,
be right back.
the temple in the forest.
All right, we'll be
Unity,
right back.
the temple in the forest.
All right, we'll be
Unity,
right back.
the temple in the forest. Artistic meltdown.
Sucked. Oh.
Maybe the video we listened to, it's a good song in
Maybe.
there.
Maybe. I love that pagan black metal intro fake out. Just like,
Yeah,
what the
just
fuck
has
is this?
just has like the jolly skip to it, and then it's like just goes U.S. death metal.
It goes deicide, Dead by Dawn.
Yeah.
It actually kind of reminds me of, because of the really like heightened obscurity of the recording, some of the older like Southeast Asian bands like Malaysia and Singapore. You guys remember we did Suffocation a while ago, and Ungodly Death? Kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I was tuned out for that episode.
Yeah, that's rude.
Paul's just, I think Paul's doing a bit right now. He's doing corporate schlub instead of fun-loving fellow.
He's like, oh, I didn't get that memo.
Per my last episode.
What?
Per my last episode. Per my email.
Yeah, that intro, the way it kind of like, right before it goes into that pagan part, that's what fucking Pestilence did, like, on their first album. I think it was the song Chemotherapy, where it kind of has that build-up drum to the bum 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 bum. Right after that, yeah, there is a total fake out.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's yeah, like we said, you get a little bit of the obituary scream chopped in half, find your eyes kind of
Yeah.
riff in there. Well, that's what that riff is too. That kind of punkish one. It's not quite Celtic Frost. It is a little bit more obituary.
And
Yeah.
what I like about that, it's like during the back-to-back blast beat to the kind of D beat riff, it's like he does like this critopsy blast where it's like doing a triplet on the kicks and hitting the snare right in between it for the first one, and then it goes into the D beat, and then after that he does a completely different other blast, and then goes back to the D beat for longer, and then from there they stop on a dime and just go into this like melodic solo and bring it back down to like mid pace, and then they bring it right back up. And I think there's certain sections in the song and throughout the demo where it's comparable to Liars and Wait, where structurally like they just stop and then the guitar does like some crazy shit and then they just like come in like immediately. And like I think like writing this sort of way is like, yeah, how are you gonna transition from one point to the other? It's like you either just go right into it or you just have the guitar drop or everything drop out and the guitar does some crazy fucking riff and then everyone else just catches up. It seems to be like nonsensical, but it's like just it works so well, especially with uh, older bands like this. I feel like I don't know if anyone else really does that nowadays, where they'll just like stop on a dime, or they'll just like have two, you know, juxtaposing parts right after another. It's like all has to. Oh, what key was that in? Let me get into that same key for the next riff. Oh, this last note I ended here. I can start the next riff on this note. It's like no, just fucking go play some blasting riff and then go right into a melodic solo. Like,
And it's funny. It's really hard to tell if that was intentional or if that was just amateurish songwriting.
there's
Because
nothing amateur about that.
either one could
No,
account
I
for
don't
it.
think this is amateurish at all. The way this is sort of executed is it shows like pure intention. Everything is where it should be and where it needs to be. It's kind of a genius demo here.
I think just the performance speaks for itself like that. Like these guys, like just drumming wise, because that's the only kind of shit that I can comprehend with this. Is like just like so, like you said, intentional and just like I can't. Like it sounds like it could be possibly like fucking metronome, like just how stop on a dime it is, and like how certain sections just like stop and start right after another.
I don't think it is because
Is it because they were doing
hyperblasts like
triplets?
that. No, hyperblasts like that in 1992 are
Paul,
kind
have
of
you ever done triplets?
No, I know for sure it's not, but I'm just saying like just with how precise they are, because like there's not even like any flubs going around. Like
No.
especially drumming wise, it's like it's
No.
insane, especially
Maybe the-
'92.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the only thing that you could say is like sloppy here is the solo, but I feel like that's just kind of was improvised.
But I
and
prefer
that's okay.
I prefer a solo like that over like a wanky one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think
sounds a lot
with
more
one-
frantic.
I think
one with technique, quote unquote.
Well, that and just like the like a Kerry King one, like I think with this sort of background between it or playing under that solo where it was like kind of mid pace, I'd rather have like an emotional sort of solo like that, where this guy's like trying to convey something but not quite hitting the right notes or saying the right words for it. But instead of just like just fucking your frets and shit.
Yeah, I mean, Fred brought up too. During the solo, there's two different riffs under it. The first one is sort of like a weird first wave black metal kind of power chord riff. It almost sounds like something Mephisto from Sweden would do. And then right after that, as they change into the next little like solo section, Fred said that's the power metal riff, and it kind of is. I've heard shit from that from like way old bands like Shining Blade or like Wolf or fucking Angel Witch for that matter. Like a lot of those bands sort of just have these like epic power metal riffs. and that works so well here just because it's not used as a main focus. It's used as
Yeah, it's not the course riff. It's like it's just like
it's
a little
under
interstitial.
it's under a solo, and it's so good. That's what's so cool about this. Like there really isn't a main riff. There's like 2 or 3 main riffs, but yeah, I just like the directions that this band goes in, and like some of the eccentricities that exist within within this track. Like even the doomy part at the beginning, like I said, you know, from everything from the doom to the pagan riff to the deicide to the weird shit that's going on under the solos. It's awesome.
Even getting like a bit of like sorcery era cataclysm in there.
Yeah,
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think these guys like harness the chaos more than like getting completely enveloped by it. Like bands like that, I think they're more on like the cryptopsy side, honestly.
Yeah.
With how you know, sort of along the lines they are with like the mystic hyperblast sort of thing. They weren't totally enveloped in that, but they were, you know, adjacent to the scene. And I think these guys have that sort of sound.
Yeah, I don't even think that's like their main sound, because you know at some point you could say, oh, it's like Necrovore. Well, not really. Maybe for like a little segment, but that's not their whole thing. Their whole thing is their whole thing is just a mystic death metal band.
Yeah, I think
That's what I would call it.
I don't want to say like in a pretentious way like a showcase, but it does kind of seem like this is what we got, and this is
It's not a
what we
showcase,
piece together.
but it can. Yeah, it's not a showcase from them, but it does showcase. They not intentionally, but it is a showcase. They're showing us what
Yeah, because
I don't know,
I'm
what they
not.
can do,
What they're
band
capable
is,
of
I
doing.
guess.
Like,
Well,
but I
because
mean,
I'm.
is that the
Well,
entire
maybe
point
not.
of a demo to begin with?
Well, I think like
demonstration.
I think it's completely different from like a riff salad where you'll just have like the same sort of beat just playing over a million riffs that have different rhythms and different notes and whatnot. It's like
It's
these
music
are just
that fucking takes you, throws you, picks you up, gives you a smooch. It does it all. This music will do it all for you. It will pleasure you.
yeah, all around.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't have to do it yourself this time.
Heyo. And we all know there's nothing Fred likes more than a good. You know what? I'm not even gonna repeat the line. Actually, back of the line. God damn it.
Well, with that, let's get
nothing like
into.
more than a good kraken.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it.
I thought he was gonna yell the word, the forbidden one.
Well, let's follow the winds to resurrection. The second song.
Oh,
Yes.
I see what you did there.
We'll be right back.
we're going back.
Ooh, thrashable corpse.
All right, we're back from the second song. Took so long to find the fucking timestamp for this because the guy who uploaded it didn't include the intro. So
I knew I didn't hear that intro before. It just sounds like tubular bells.
yeah, didn't have to be there. I guess he was right, but I mean, adjust the times, man. Did he listen to it?
Just the times debit.
But yeah, this is the one like I said earlier when we were first talking about the band. This like it's not so much like these songs are all like the same or anything that you would get with like death metal bands and albums later. It's like with these three songs, it's like, all right, yeah, that's the one with that part, that's the one with that part, and then that's the one with this part. Yeah, like this one is obviously the one with like the crazy black metal riff that just comes out of nowhere, and then later it goes into this weird like cosmic like tapping sort of riff too. But then it's like the whole backbone is like Cannibal Corpse. So
Big backbone is Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, I never thought I'd hear a song that's like Cannibal Corpse merged with like Mortifera or something. It's such a fucking such a fucking weird riff to throw right in there, but it totally made me think of those bands. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying like the fact that black metal riff, the first one, comes up, and then it goes straight into like a solo with a thrash background. It doesn't even sound that at that point. It doesn't sound like Cannibal Corpse. At that point, it sounds something like Black Shepherd or Necrodeath or like.
Yeah.
I told Fred Wermack. It sounds like some kind of like fast crossover, Assassin maybe.
But this song starts off like traditional death metal with just like chords kind of like just hitting the cymbals like dun, dun, and then just slowly gets faster and faster.
It sort of starts off with this like emotional doom thing. Not emotional. It's more like a creepy crawly doom thing. Something that like Morgoth would do or
creeps get emotional.
Yeah, I suppose so. Even Polluted Inheritance does stuff like that. Those like they'll stop. The guitars will do this kind of double creep melody. Yeah, you get stuff like that, and then you also behind that you get kind of like the Vader riffs, like,
yeah,
or even something that's like reminiscent to like what's the Dead Shall Rise, Cancer, something like that.
Yeah, and
so
then
you're getting a little bit of everything here. Then it's super like primitively old school in a very interesting way that a lot of bands seem to have trouble mixing, or even don't even think about mixing it up these days. They kind of just want, here's your worship band, sir.
yeah, and they have like a sort of master class on like a balance between like song
Beautiful
structures and like riff salad, where it's like bands
Yes.
could just throw in like a million things, million ideas, and it's like, all right, what sticks, what's gonna what's gonna stick out like a sore thumb, and then what's gonna be like the cool memorable part. It's like these guys are walking that line so well. It seems like they hit it right on the bullseye with going perfectly memorable stuff going along. Like every time you listen to this, something else is gonna pop out to you, but then there are the distinct moments that are supposed to pop out to you. I don't think that they're necessarily building to get to those points, but when it happens, it's like, oh shit, like how did I get here? It's kind of like that fairy in the cobwebs right there in that tunnel.
Why?
That,
Because
like,
she has pointy teats.
no, it's just caught up and she's like, how did I get here?
Oh, I see. Yeah, it works in both ways.
Fred? What, Fred, you dead?
Fred's
no,
not dead.
I'm still here.
Just said, huh?
No, I just mean like the combination of riffs and like almost shifting styles in that song were just bizarre, and it keeps it interesting because I almost feel like this is very much a product of its time because they didn't have the mentality of this riff is black metal, this riff is death metal. It was kind of just extreme metal at this point, right? And so they didn't really give a shit if something sounded like out of, well, I mean, to us now out of the norm, but back then it just flowed naturally, and it does. But then when you're listening to it today with the context of things that have come since, you're like, this is so random. It's bizarre, but
That's why it blows your teats off in nowadays.
completely, absolutely clean off.
Yeah, in the nowadays. But yeah, Fred's right. Back then, this is something that just works as a death metal band. So, there you go.
Yeah, it was just, this is what they're doing. They're not, so they're not thinking that they're writing a riff in a particular style. They're just writing a riff for their song, and
Yeah, they're not like, oh, here's the over Vargnat riff.
yeah,
It's like, oh, because it came out in the same year. It's like, here's not the Liars in Wait riff. Oh wait,
you know,
Same
you
year,
know,
too.
you know what this Cannibal Corpse riff could use? Could use a little bit of philosophem tossed right in there.
Exactly. Yeah, they're,
No,
that idea doesn't
they
exist.
just wrote shit that felt right.
Yeah, you guys can do that nowadays, and I'd still probably congratulate you and pleasure you, whatever. But
No, you have to do it yourself.
yeah, I love this. I love that chugging riff right before that weird celestial like black metal part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it goes into
really-
like video
really
game
nice.
music.
Video game music followed by the like, I don't know, some kind of first wave chugging,
Going
Pastor
right back to
Peru
Pro
or
Trigger.
something.
Oh, you triggered him.
Yeah.
Given
Beautiful
Yeah.
guitars can turn into dissonant guitars very quickly, and snap your damn neck.
It's
You're
all
not thinking fast enough.
it's all the same piece of wood.
It's all the same piece of wood. Get to it. Get to work. Liar and Wait did, not Liars and Wait. They did it too, but they got to work, and now they are where they are today.
Oh yeah.
That with that little track sort of dissected here. Should we go into track number 3?
Yeah, in the shadow, the Inquisitor.
We'll go get to track 3, I think.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back. was it the Shadow?
But
The
back from the
Inquisitor.
thing. Where's my clean feed? Oh, there it is. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite song, and I think just the way that they get into it, and with just these like simple chords. And I was telling Dan and Fred, I was like, they're not like above using just simple chords like that to exude a atmosphere. And we were saying like a band as technical as this, you know, using all the tools at their disposal, you know, is refreshing. Even though this is from fucking '92, whereas like bands that are trying to sound refreshing, like technical death metal bands, are like see themselves so above using just simple chords to
They're really neat.
yeah, they're just trying to like yeah, just
Tough
suck the
guy.
fun out of it.
Black hole of fun.
Yeah, and just like the simple guitar trick of like, or not even a trick, just a thing that you do is play the open chords and then you just tremolo the same chords like, and then go back into that, and it just came out to being a more impactful song for me for those reasons. And I think it was mainly because it was bringing to mind, you know, just the Finnish death metal and how brooding that can be at points.
I thought the
Yeah, I
drumming on
mentioned-
that track was particularly wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. The end, he would just went unhinged.
Yeah,
Told the guys.
and
that
that's
had
like
me
that's
swinging
kind of
my
what like
arms
really
an
drives
orangutan.
home that really drives home that necrovorish sound too.
Yeah, and I love like at the end of I think it was the second track actually, where at the end of a blast he'll just do like a triplet fill and then go right back into it. It's sort of like revving up the engine again, and he does that, but with just cymbal punches like dun dun dun, and then just goes back into just hyper blast. Yeah, it's
Going right back
fantastic.
into talking about doing triplets, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Triplets? Am I missing something here? Is that a joke?
Whoosh,
What does that mean?
whoosh,
What?
whoosh over your head.
Triplets? Triplets? What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea what that's in reference to.
Oh god.
You gonna
Audience,
leave me in the
please.
dark here?
Leave you nothing on the ground, boy.
Gosh.
I mean, Paul can explain what it is better than I can because it's a musical term and I'm not musical. I just use the pun.
It's just like this.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
But
Anyways, yeah. That I love that intro too. I said it sounded like that unhallowed song that I was talking about for the past like 2 weeks, and I sent you that something in my inside with the
and
with
it's
the
getting
fucking-
pretty fucking annoying.
shut up. It straight up sounds like that though. The clean guitar behind the chords. Boom, dum, down, boom, dum, down. There
Yeah,
was
that,
something else that sounded like that too.
that's the only time that they brought out like that clean guitar, huh?
Yeah, which is nice. It's like, got an idea, throw it in there. It doesn't need to be over the fucking place.
And I think with like just how open those like chorded sections were, I was like manufacturing fucking like bass lines in my head listening to this, and I was like looking at the lineup and it just says guitars. I mean, they could be a little bit
there's-
more
There's
particular with that.
there's probably a bass there, but it's so funny. You're like, oh wait, there's no bass. And originally when you're like, he's like, the bass is doing something right there. Couldn't hear the fucker.
Yeah, because it sounded like he was like walking all over this place, but I was like, then why wouldn't it be more present throughout the rest of the track? Like it only popped out there, I guess, when it gave it room to shine.
Maybe
But
I
again,
assume there's bass on this. There's three. Yeah, there's two guitar players on the notes, and there's only three guys there. So maybe.
yeah, that's what I'm
It,
saying.
it does feel like there's a considerable bottom end to this, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does though. There has to be. One of the guys had to do the bass. I don't know. When you said it couldn't even hear the fucker, it reminded me of I remember going to Raging Waters this one time, and there's a big old line, and it's one of them things where you like get the inner tube and you go in a big like a big bowl, you slide around the big bowl, and some fat guy got off. He got off the
There it is.
well, he got off the off the slide,
Made you
and
wait
like he
for it.
gets up walking past the line, and he goes, "Well, that fucking sucked." I guess the
I was
cereal
just-
bowl fucking sucked.
I'm just waiting for my fat guy story. I'm happy now.
That was it, I suppose. The fat guy who thought the slide fucking sucked, and he let everybody in line know. Oh, you know something else too? That intro, I'm still harping on the intro. I was thinking of that UK death doom band, Chapel of Rest, and I was thinking, I was thinking I'll just pull something out of my ass and like write this down. I'll be like, oh, this reminds me of Chapel of Rest, and I looked up their demo, and I just skipped to a random spot, and wouldn't you fucking know it? It sounds almost exactly like that intro. I don't know if it's my intuition or something's going on there, but yeah, Chapel of Rest.
If you guys
It's
can't tell, this
weird.
is a scripted show.
It's scripted. It's scripted.
Phil, recorded before a live studio audience.
Thrashy, doomy. It's got it all, dude. Yeah,
Thrashy, doomy, deathy, blacky.
Kind of runs the
Deathy,
gamut,
Blacky,
doesn't it?
skinny. Blacky, skinny, and oldie.
And yappy.
Yeah, and fucking yappy. Jiminy Christmas.
Fred got whooshed.
Fred got whooshed. That's okay. That's an insider.
Whoosh.
That's our favorite black metal band we've ever seen live. Consists of Blackie, Skinny, Oldie, and Yappy.
And which band was it?
I'm afraid I can't say that.
We're gonna have to keep that from you.
We're gonna, yeah. We'll tell you. We'll tell you after the show. We can't say it on the show though.
Everyone, guess in the comments.
They'll never guess. If they do, that would be fucking hilarious. It would be pretty fucking annoying.
If they do, you have to own up to it.
Just a joke. These are all just jokes. We're joking.
But yeah.
All joking. There are no shitty bands out there.
All right. Well, let's get into the next track. Oh. This is all the band
that's
left
it.
us with.
They didn't do anything.
Now we're
Else.
just liars and wait for the
Yeah,
next,
now
next
we're
album.
yeah, exactly. We're liars, and you're waiting, and
For the
we're
next
waiting,
album. That suggests there was a first album.
For the next release.
Just this.
All right, me and Paul have to get to Warriors Chalice band practice. We made a decision. We tried the no blast beats thing with our black metal, and it didn't.
You need it.
work.
Go figure.
Yeah, you need it for black metal. Go figure. We couldn't.
Wasn't
do
working
it.
out, huh?
Not with no blast beats. No. I'm
No
afraid
punk.
not.
We'll try no punk still though.
Well, we're probably gonna have like a thrash beat, but that's that's metal as fuck.
Yeah, that's fucking metal.
All right, we'll figure it out. Okay, so, fellas, who wants to get their last words in first?
For go.
Why is it always me? Always
No,
me.
I said who. No, I said who wants to, not who's gonna volunteer somebody else, like a jerky jerk,
I'm in
like a jerky jerk dressed for work.
I'm in corporate mode delegating. So
Yeah.
Fred, go.
Yeah.
You're always in corporate mode delegating. I can't even say delegating
Yeah,
right.
you're always deli.
No,
You're always at the-
Deli-lamagating.
You're always at the deli. You're always at the deli with the meat and cheese. Deli.
You can't just Dalai Lama gating me. That's stupid.
Stop.
Get on with it.
God. No, I guess about this demo is the production. And
Spicy curry.
I've said it. Oh my god.
What? That was like a painful. Oh my god.
Ugh, why?
Don't hurt.
Every week. No,
All right.
No, the thing that gets me about this demo really is the production. That's what drives it all the way home for me. The riffs are good, the performances are good, everything's tight. But I think that even like the wild shifts in perceived style still wouldn't hit as hard without this like bizarre, hollow sounding production. It makes everything sound so obscure. I think Dan said it best, mystical. That it just makes it makes the whole thing for me. I really wish they'd reissue this because I would fucking jump all over that. Hey, guy from Doomed to Obscurity Records, maybe you should take a look at this one.
Oh man,
But,
Fred, with the production wise, you should thank the man Fritz and then click on his his photo or his artist profile.
Fritz?
Yeah.
Fritz, the cat.
No, he's when you go on other staff on the release, it says producer. He did Ceremony, that Tyranny from Above that you like.
Oh wow, that is quite the photo.
Yeah.
He looks cool. He looks like a cool guy.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
Yeah,
Hell
he's done
yeah.
a lot. The Phlebotomized too.
Oh, nice. Tyranny from Above.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, bitch.
That is such a good album.
Mhm.
Way
Oh,
overlooked.
Fritz has done everything. He's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who knew?
In
This
Olin.
person that we've never really realized all over the fucking place.
Realized that Fritz was fucking cool.
Yeah.
He did Liar of Golgotha too. Awesome.
Well, there's
But,
his LinkedIn right there if you want to network.
What? Sure as fuck wanna network.
But yeah, I'll get to it. I know. Paul,
I didn't say I was done yet.
Go for it.
No, I'm done. I just
Mr.
hadn't said it
Mr.
yet.
Bossy Boots.
Yeah.
Well, are you
So,
finished, Mr. Man?
Put your bossy boots on this morning, huh?
All right,
Put your
Fred.
bitch boots on.
Oh, yeah, I'm done. Paul, go.
Okay.
All right.
No. Did you hear him? Paul, go.
Oh, Paul, no.
How about Paul now?
No. Yeah. This short release just did everything that I want. Or that I like about like death metal. Really slow atmospheric sort of things that bordered like black metal at times. I mean, I think it got over the border for that. And then
Yeah, see?
and then and then just like the whole like harness chaos that they had, especially with the drummer's performance, from just stopping on a dime and going into, you know, just something completely out of the blue, going from thrash to melodic solos to just like pummeling death metal, Cannibal Corpse sections, black metal, pagan, you know, kind of jangly riffs, and then into that sort of cosmic, reminds me of video game music sort of thing, and all along this guy hardly trying on the vocals, which works the whole time. And I think the man Fritz, you know, harnessed the sound for this this band that
Fritz, my man.
Hey, Fritz is the shit.
he was out to Fritz, yeah, and he was totally encapsulated just a great demo sound. I don't know if that the YouTube rips got it, but these are definitely great great fucking tracks, like all from one to another. They're all just doing just cool shit that that aren't alike. You could tell it's the same band doing it, I think, mainly just from the drums across it, but other than that, it's like these guys are at such a technical level and they're not afraid to dumb it down to just be good old meat and potatoes death metal when they have to be.
Fuck yeah.
And Fred, Dango.
Me. Me.
Already went.
What?
Did you not go?
You gotta go.
Oh, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
I gotta go.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, this demo is tight, yo. This demo is tight. Thank you, Tempestuous Might.
Okay.
It's
Easy there,
fucking-
Jesse Pinkman.
is dope as a dirty cunt or something. But seriously, dog, is fucking shit is super tight, homie. Got that like death metal shit, you got that like black metal shit. Man, you know, it's like a good slice of pussy, dog. No, okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to
Yeah,
say.
get back in the
Did I
character.
just have like a 10-second fever dream? I don't know what just happened there.
Get back in the character, Dan. Don't show your true self yet.
Okay, demo's fucking cool, dude. It makes me want to fucking fucking stomp my feet like a big bully, and it makes me want to slam the printer door down until it breaks. And yeah, it's fucking, it's fucking sick.
Makes me want
dude.
to
Check
kick
it
the
out.
cane out from under an old guy and throw it on the roof.
I would never do anything like that. That's
That's
encouraging.
really-
That's encouraging violence,
No,
and that
it's
is not
not.
allowed on this YouTube channel. You are
No,
officially banned from the.
I apologize for my statements. That was uncalled for.
Baba Booey. Oh yeah, well,
What is even going on?
I don't know. Yeah, it's cool. It's awesome.
It's all getting cut anyway. It's alright.
Yeah. All right, should we all just yell on the mic and that'll be the end?
I think so.
All right. Ready?
Ah! Ah!